For Ultimate Team coins, check out thefootshop.com, their link is in the description below, and for a discount on your coins, use Nepo at checkout. What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome to the Team of the Year Midfielders Elite, guys. So, the Team of the Year Midfielders have been announced yesterday. Just before we get into this video, first of all, if we could drop a like on the video, that would be awesome. Second of all, the defenders that I did was the UEFA Team of the Years, not the FIFA Team of the Year defenders. I actually did not realise there was two different Team of the Year categories, and UEFA doesn't have as many as FIFA, and FIFA hasn't yet released the strikers and has only done the midfielders, defenders and goalkeepers. So the defence was a little bit, like those guys were still in it, but there were actually a few more that should have been in it as well. So apologies with that. But with the midfielders, guys, we start off with Xavi Alonso. We have 14 midfielders. I don't want this to go on for too long, so I'm going to try and get through them as quick as possible. And before we talk about Alonso, there are two things to note. Some of these players where it says current season, it's actually the current year, and some of them where it says current season, it's actually the current season. You'll be able to tell quite easily between the number of games played. And these cards that you see, of course, are not the official Team of the Year cards because they don't exist, and they are just a very loose adaptation of what I think they will be. I've basically added like between 5 and 8 stats to each point, and between 5 and 6 stats to the actual card, which is typically what Team of the Year has. So here we go. We've got Xavi Alonso. He's got a chance of being in Team of the Year, as per usual as well, guys. Sorry to keep on with the stuff before we get into the teams. In the description below, there will be a straw poll. On that straw poll, I want you guys to go and vote for the four midfielders that you guys think will be in Team of the Year. Vote for 4, guys. I have a feeling the formation for the Team of the Year is going to be either 4-4-2 or perhaps 3-4-3, as I was talking about on stream yesterday. Maybe it'll be a 3-4-3. But yeah, so I want you to vote for 4 midfielders, guys, and we'll build your community Team of the Year at the end once the strikers have been announced on Sunday. So Xavi Alonso, it'll be a nice looking card. Not the best of the Team of the Year cards. He's actually got a decent card as it is. I just don't know how good it really would be. How much, you know, would it be worth a lot? Would it be worth having in your team? You look at that sort of card and you just kind of, I don't know, for me it's just a little bit meh. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's good stats, but some of the cards we're going to see are crazy good. As we move on to the next card, guys, Luka Modric, a much better looking card. I actually really like his regular gold card. I use it in quite a lot because he's got nice defense, nice physicals, he's got decent shot, very nice dribbling and passing. And in the Team of the Year version, which I don't think he's going to get, I honestly don't think he's going to be part of Team of the Year. It would look a little something like that. A very nice looking card indeed. Next up, we've got another Real Madrid midfielder. That is Toni Kroos. Of course, spent most of his time at Bayern, or like first half of the team at Bayern. He won the World Cup. He's now come to Real Madrid. He's playing well. This year, not this season, he's played 49 games in total and has won 38 of those 49 games. That is an astonishing return on wins to games played. Absolutely astonishing. His card would be nice. It's a shame his pace is so low, especially for someone who's so young. You don't expect their pace to be so low. His card, he would make a fantastic cam. He's got decent physicals, very nice dribbling and shooting, and exceptional passing. Could he be in the Team of the Year? Potentially. You know, he won the World Cup. You know, he won the Bundesliga. He's now playing for Real Madrid. Potentially. Next up, guys, we've got Andres Iniesta. This season for him is this season rather than this year. 5 wins out of 7 with Barcelona. He's in there, and I don't think he's gonna be in Team of the Year this year. I have a feeling he is just in there because he is who he is, and I don't necessarily think that's fair for him to be in there because of that. Obviously, he had a decent season with Barcelona last year, not a crazy good season, and Spain were also relatively disappointing in the World Cup, so I can't see him being in it, but if he does get in it, his card will look something like this. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, very nice, well-rounded card. Decent pace as well. Playing him at cam would be where I would personally play him. Decent pace, decent shot, but very nice dribbling and passing with that skill moves and weak foot. I think he'd make a fantastic cam or a very good like attacking centre midfielder. And we move on to the next midfielder, guys. An ex-Barcelona midfielder. Moved over now to Chelsea. Again, for him, this is this season. Chelsea are just currently unbeatable at the moment. You know, 10 games, 1 out of 12 games played for Fabregas. But not only that, he has come to Chelsea and he has made a huge difference to their team. He gets assists like no one you know. He sets up Diego Costa time and time again, and I again don't think Fabregas is going to get in Team of the Year. Of course, he would be an 89 rated as well. I didn't change his 84 to an 89, but he would be an 89 rated, maybe a 90 rated. The reason why I don't think he's going to get into Team of the Year, because once again, like Iniesta, Barcelona didn't have the best of seasons in, you know, the last season that's just ended. They didn't win the Champions League, they didn't win the Liga BBVA, and I'm not even sure how much Fabregas played. You know, I don't remember him playing too often. He played a lot when Messi was injured, but when Messi wasn't injured, he didn't really play. But regardless, if he is in Team of the Year, his card will look a little something like that. Next up, guys, we've got Mesut Ozil, of course, the best player in this Team of the Year predictions. He's guaranteed to be a bang-on 99. Plays for Arsenal, won the World Cup, won Arsenal the FA Cup. What more do you need? One more. Look at that for a ratio. Current season, 6 games played, 1 game won. That's just outstanding. Like no one you know has that sort of record. That's crazy good. And his card, I don't know what I was thinking when I kind of predicted this. 81 pace, probably more like 90. 79 shot, definitely a 99. 92 pass, if you could have 100 on here, it'd probably be. 93 dribbling, defending and physical. All jokes aside, Ozil, he's probably not going to make it. He had a slow, sluggish half of the season in the back end of last season for Arsenal, which is the year that we're looking at. Although he did win the FA Cup with Arsenal, he did win the World Cup and had actually a very good time in the World Cup. He played very well for Germany. And then this season, again, he's been a bit of a letdown and now he's injured. Can't see him getting into the final Team of the Year. Next up, guys, we've got Pirlo, 89 rated, in my opinion. This season, just like every season with Juventus, 4 games out of 5 won. You know, Juventus, I'm pretty sure, did they go unbeaten last season? I'm pretty sure they did. If they didn't, they only lost 1, maybe 2 games. They had a great time. Pirlo is still, even at his age, still so important to the team. He's, you know, he doesn't even have to run. He could just stand in the middle of the field. People could just pass him the ball and he'd just pass it to, you know, make a pinpoint accuracy pass. And that's why I put his passing at 99 if he gets Team of the Year. I don't think he will. I think there's just a couple of guys that are ahead of him, mainly the Germans. But yeah, I'm not sure. He's an iffy one. Next up, guys, we have got another German, which is Bastian Schweinsteiger. I can see him being in Team of the Year. He is a phenomenal player. He had a great World Cup. He's been instrumental for Bayern. He's got one of those cards that, in my opinion, would be one of the greatest cards on FIFA if he got a Team of the Year. Yeah, he could be there. Great shot, great dribbling, great physical, great passing, good defending. And for who he is and how slow he is in real life, with a Team of the Year card and that pace boost, he would just be monumental as a Team of the Year midfielder. And next up, guys, we've got Angel Di Maria, another one he's had an okay season. You know, he played really well for Real Madrid last season. He's had a few good games for Man United already this season. Argentina were carried a little bit by Messi in the World Cup, and I think a lot of this year's Team of the Year will be due to World Cup performances, and I'm not sure, I honestly can't remember Di Maria at the World Cup, and that might be a good thing because it means he didn't do anything wrong, but it might also be a bad thing because he didn't do anything magical. Do you know what I mean? So whether he gets in the Team of the Year or not, I wouldn't expect it, to be honest. I really wouldn't expect it because of players like this, which is James Rodriguez, who not only transferred from the French League to Real Madrid after having a stunning time in the French League, and you know, now coming to Real Madrid and playing well as well. Look at that, 12 games this season with 5 goals and 10 games won. But he had just one of the greatest World Cups ever. Like, he played incredible in the World Cup. He scored some, I don't know if his goal, that volley over the shoulder, I don't know if that became the goal of the World Cup, but he scored some incredible goals. He played incredible, and I think he is a shoo-in for Team of the Year slot for me. He came on leaps and bounds this year. He's, for me, like I say, one of the greatest players in world football right now. He's fun to watch. He plays really well. You can't not have him. Like, in my opinion, he can't not be there. I thought he was brilliant this year. Next up, guys, we've got Vidal. Again, I don't know whether he'll be in the Team of the Year. Does he deserve it? Probably, but the problem is, and this is the same, in my opinion, with Pirlo, Juventus are in a league where they just dominate so hard that it's like, it almost discredits the players a little bit. And I know that's probably the wrong thing to think and the wrong thing to say, but I do think the fact that they're in such an easy league, you might even say the same about Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, you know, anyone that dominates the league, does that mean that they get discredited? But I just feel like in Italy, Juventus are so strong. or are their opponents so weak? Because if it's Juventus being so strong, maybe Vidal has a case for being in Team of the Year. He would have the most ridiculous card in FIFA, especially if you put an attributes card on it. It would be 99s everywhere. But whether or not he gets in, I don't know. I don't know. Again, this season he's been great. 9 games, 8 wins, 3 goals, lovely stuff. And we move on to the next player, who's another Juventus player, and that's Paul Pogba. And once again, because of how France didn't really perform at the World Cup, is he going to be in there? You know, I personally think we're going to be looking at Bastian Schweinsteiger, James Rodriguez, Toni Kroos, and maybe Xavi Alonso, like literally the German and Bayern contingency. Xavi Alonso also played ridiculously well for Real Madrid as well, winning the Champions League. Pogba, again, another one who would have just the dumbest card, like just such a dumb card if he did get into Team of the Year. There is potential for Vidal, Pogba, and Pirlo. There's potential. The thing which I feel like Pogba has over Vidal is Pogba scores those wonder goals. You know, one of those goals that I saw him score was just like a thunderbolt from 40 yards. He's hit it harder than I've ever seen anyone hit a ball. That sort of stuff sticks in the mind, but again, I don't remember him at the World Cup. I don't remember him, and maybe that's the difference. Or of course, I'm not picking Team of the Year, so maybe me not remembering Pogba means fuck all, and maybe you guys do remember Pogba from the World Cup, and that means something. So you know, like, this is just opinions. I don't know if he's going to get in there. We move on to the next guy, guys, and that is Yaya Toure. He was huge for City last year, really helping them, at times single-handedly helping them to winning the Premier League. He was so good, and he will be another one who will just have a fucking ridiculous card if he gets into Team of the Year. He is another one who has got potential, because he was okay for Ivory Coast in the World Cup. He was epic for Man City in the end of last season, and he's been good for them again at the start of this season, you know, dragging them through tough times with Aguero. So there's a chance, and you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a bit biased because I watch the BPL more than any other league. Maybe that's the truth, but you know, maybe he'll be in it, who knows. And last but not least, guys, we've got Eden Hazard. Before we talk about him, you're probably thinking, where the fuck is Arjen Robben? I guess FIFA have put Robben as a striker or a forward this year rather than a midfielder, even though he plays as a winger, just like Hazard does, I guess. But Hazard there is also nominated this season, playing insane for Chelsea. Had an okay World Cup, had a really good end to the last season. I believe he should, he would be the one for me who would knock someone like Kroos or Xavi Alonso out, just because he is a ridiculously good player, ridiculously good. You know, he's on another level to so many of the players in the world that it would be a travesty if he wasn't in the Team of the Year. And his card would be so fucking broken. It would just be so fun to use. And there's that. So that is the end, guys, of the Team of the Year midfielders. Don't forget to vote on the straw poll. We'll have the strikers out in a couple of days. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.